What if the biggest fashion story of the year wasn't unfolding in Paris, Milan, or Hollywood, but behind a single envelope with one name written across the front? What if the invitation that supposedly didn't exist suddenly appeared, sending celebrities into panic, fans into celebration, and social media into absolute chaos? Because according to whispers spreading faster than anyone could control them, Eala had just become the center of a mystery so unbelievable that even veteran entertainment insiders couldn't agree on what they were seeing. For hours, cryptic posts began appearing online. One anonymous account claimed a special guest from the tennis world had received an invitation unlike any other. Another hinted that a major fashion house had quietly cleared its schedule for a surprise arrival. Then screenshots, unverified, blurred, and impossible to authenticate, started circulating everywhere, allegedly showing private conversations about a last-minute Met Gala guest whose appearance would change the conversation overnight. Within minutes, the internet exploded. Fans refused to believe it. Critics called it impossible. Entertainment commentators argued live on camera, while hashtags rocketed toward the top of trending pages. Every refresh brought another theory. Every rumor seemed bigger than the last. Was this the fashion crossover nobody expected? Or was the entire world falling for the greatest celebrity rumor ever engineered? Then came another supposed insider claim. Someone allegedly connected to a luxury fashion team hinted that emergency wardrobe adjustments had been made behind closed doors. Another anonymous source insisted security protocols had suddenly changed because of one unexpected arrival. Nobody could verify any of it, yet the speculation only grew louder. Meanwhile, reaction videos flooded every platform. Some fans celebrated as if history had already been made. Others insisted established stars would never allow a rising tennis sensation to steal the spotlight. Debate turned into digital warfare. Comment sections became battlegrounds. Every creator seemed to have exclusive information, and every new upload contradicted the last. Then a grainy clip surfaced online. The footage appeared to show photographers rushing toward an unidentified luxury vehicle outside a New York hotel. The video ended before anyone stepped out, but that didn't stop millions from claiming they had already solved the mystery. Frame-by-frame analyses spread across the internet. Fashion experts dissected silhouettes. Tennis fans zoomed into reflections. Conspiracy theories multiplied by the minute. And just when everyone thought the frenzy couldn't become any more unbelievable, another alleged leak appeared. This time claiming that several high-profile celebrities were privately asking whether the rumors were actually true. If even half of those whispers were accurate, New York wasn't about to witness an ordinary red carpet moment. It was about to witness something that nobody saw coming. The whispers refused to die. Every hour seemed to bring another rumor, another anonymous post, another supposed insider claiming they knew what was happening behind the scenes. None of it could be confirmed, but that didn't stop the internet from treating every new screenshot like a state secret. The mystery only grew larger. Some claimed the invitation had been delivered days earlier under extraordinary confidentiality. Others insisted it had arrived at the very last minute, forcing an elite fashion team into an overnight sprint unlike anything they had ever experienced. No one could agree on the details, yet everyone seemed convinced they possessed the missing piece of the puzzle. Then the speculation reached another level. A celebrity gossip account posted a cryptic message consisting of nothing more than a black envelope emoji, the Statue of Liberty, and a single clock. Within minutes, millions of viewers began inventing their own interpretations. Was it a countdown? A hint about New York? Or simply another attempt to fuel the frenzy? Nobody knew, but that uncertainty made the conversation even louder. Fan communities erupted into detective mode. One group claimed they had identified a luxury garment bag being wheeled through a hotel lobby. Another insisted a famous designer had quietly rearranged an upcoming fitting. Every blurry photograph became evidence. Every anonymous comment became proof. Entire live streams were dedicated to comparing airport schedules, limousine sightings, and hotel entrances. The excitement wasn't limited to tennis fans anymore. Fashion enthusiasts suddenly wanted answers. Entertainment reporters began asking questions. Lifestyle influencers jumped into the discussion. Reaction channels uploaded video after video, each one promising the real truth behind the mystery. As the theories multiplied, so did the supposed insider leaks. One anonymous source claimed security personnel had received revised instructions for a high-profile guest whose identity was being protected until the final moment. Another alleged that photographers had been quietly informed to stay alert for a surprise arrival capable of dominating headlines overnight. None of these claims could be independently verified. That detail hardly mattered online. Every new rumor spread faster than the correction ever could. Soon, the discussion reached celebrities themselves. During an unrelated interview, one actor smiled when asked about the latest internet obsession and simply replied, "You never know who might show up in New York." The vague answer instantly became fuel for another avalanche of speculation. Was that a confirmation, a joke, or merely a harmless response transformed into a viral headline? Social media chose its own answer. Within minutes, clips of the interview flooded every platform, accompanied by dramatic captions declaring that Hollywood had accidentally confirmed the biggest surprise of the year. The reactions became impossible to ignore. Supporters celebrated the possibility of seeing a rising tennis star stepping into one of fashion's most exclusive nights. Critics argued that the entire story had become an internet fantasy. Others predicted that, if the rumors turned out to be true, it would symbolize how rapidly sports stars were becoming global pop culture icons. The debate grew so intense that even fashion commentators began discussing how an unexpected guest could completely change the mood of the evening. Then another twist appeared. A short audio clip began circulating online. The recording allegedly featured two unidentified voices discussing a special arrival and emphasizing that everything has to stay quiet until the last second. The authenticity of the audio couldn't be established. Some listeners believed it was genuine. Others dismissed it as clever editing. But by then, millions had already made up their minds. Late that evening, another blurry video surfaced. This time, it showed luxury vehicles lining up outside an exclusive Manhattan location. The camera shook wildly as someone whispered, "She's here." Before anyone appeared on screen, the recording abruptly ended. That single unfinished moment triggered another digital explosion. Frame-by-frame breakdowns dominated live streams. Creators circled shadows. Analysts debated reflections in tinted windows. Comment sections raced past hundreds of thousands of posts. Every refresh brought a new theory. Every theory created another headline. Then came perhaps the biggest surprise of all. A globally recognized fashion influencer posted a mysterious message. "Tomorrow won't go the way anyone expects." No names. No explanation. Just one sentence. The internet immediately connected it to the growing rumors. Hashtags surged once again. Fans stayed awake throughout the night, convinced they were only hours away from witnessing an unforgettable moment. Whether the speculation would prove true or collapse under its own weight remained completely unknown. But one thing had become undeniable. The mystery had already captured New York. And just as anticipation reached its breaking point, reports began spreading that an unexpected black vehicle had quietly entered a restricted entrance, far away from the flashing cameras waiting out front. The doors remained closed. No photographers had a clear view. No official statement was released. Yet everyone online became convinced that whatever happened next would rewrite the story completely. The city seemed to hold its breath. Outside the venue, camera flashes lit up the streets like lightning. Reporters competed to break the next headline. Influencers streamed live to millions of viewers, each claiming to have an exclusive angle. Every passing limousine caused a wave of excitement before disappointment settled in once another familiar face stepped onto the carpet. Then everything changed. A luxury vehicle slowed near a private entrance instead of the main arrival point. For a brief moment, the crowd barely noticed. Then photographers suddenly pivoted in the same direction. Security personnel quickly repositioned themselves, creating a wider corridor than usual. The movement alone was enough to ignite another wave of speculation online. Within seconds, clips of the scene flooded every major platform. Who's inside? Why are they using the private entrance? Did something unexpected just happen? Those questions spread faster than anyone could answer them. Meanwhile, another supposed insider account claimed the evening schedule had been quietly adjusted to accommodate an unannounced guest. The post offered no evidence, but that didn't stop thousands of users from treating it as breaking news. Entertainment channels immediately picked up the rumor. Reaction videos appeared within minutes. Commentators argued over whether this was brilliant publicity or the beginning of one of the biggest crossover moments between sports and fashion. Then came the moment everyone had been waiting for. The vehicle door opened. A pair of elegant heels touched the pavement. The cameras erupted. Before anyone could get a full look, security briefly blocked the view, creating several seconds of complete uncertainty. Ironically, those missing seconds became the most replayed footage of the night. By the time the crowd caught another glimpse, social media had already declared that history had been made. Supporters celebrated what they believed was a defining milestone for one of tennis's brightest young stars. Fan edits appeared almost instantly, blending imagined red carpet moments with cinematic music and emotional narration. The videos collected millions of views before the evening had even unfolded. Not everyone welcomed the excitement. Several celebrity gossip personalities questioned whether the attention surrounding the mysterious guest was overshadowing established fashion icons. Heated debates exploded across live streams, with hosts interrupting one another over what the invitation supposedly represented. The controversy only intensified. One anonymous account released screenshots claiming to show a conversation between two entertainment executives discussing how the surprise guest could dominate tomorrow's headlines. The images couldn't be authenticated. Experts warned viewers to treat them cautiously. That advice was almost completely ignored. Instead, the screenshots spread across countless reposts, each version adding a new layer of speculation. Then another rumor surfaced. An alleged fashion assistant claimed that a luxury designer had personally requested last-minute alterations after seeing the final look. According to the anonymous story, the reaction inside the fitting room was complete silence before someone whispered, "This is going to break the internet." Again, there was no independent confirmation, but the internet loved every second of it. As excitement reached its peak, celebrities themselves began adding to the mystery without directly addressing it. One actress posted a simple message reading, "Unexpected nights become unforgettable memories." A musician uploaded a black and white photograph of the New York skyline with no caption at all. Fans immediately connected both posts to the ongoing rumors, despite having no evidence they were related. The speculation became a spectacle of its own. Meanwhile, television coverage focused on the glamorous arrivals, but online audiences seemed obsessed with only one question. Had Eala truly become the evening's biggest surprise? Supporters argued that the possibility alone reflected how quickly the young tennis star's profile had grown on the international stage. Critics insisted the rumors had spiraled far beyond reality. Neutral observers simply watched the internet transform uncertainty into entertainment. Then another dramatic twist appeared. A short voice memo began circulating from an unidentified source. The speaker allegedly said, "Nobody expected this reaction. We thought it would be a quiet appearance." There was no way to verify who recorded it. There was no proof it referred to the event at all. Still, millions listened, analyzed every word, and debated its meaning as though it were a classified recording. By sunrise, headlines were no longer discussing only fashion. They were discussing influence, visibility, global recognition, the power of social media to transform a rumor into the biggest conversation of the week. Whether every claim had been true, exaggerated, or entirely imagined almost seemed beside the point. The mystery itself had become the story. And just as viewers believed the excitement had finally reached its conclusion, another anonymous post appeared with a chilling promise. "You've only seen what happened outside the cameras. Wait until people hear what was allegedly said behind closed doors." The screen faded to black. Nothing else was posted. For the next several hours, the entire internet waited. Morning arrived, but the conversation refused to slow down. News outlets, fan pages, fashion commentators, and entertainment creators all seemed to be chasing the same unanswered question. Everyone had a different version of the night's events. Every recap introduced another twist. Every reaction seemed more dramatic than the last. Some insisted the mystery had been carefully orchestrated from the beginning. Others argued the internet had simply transformed scattered rumors into an unstoppable phenomenon. Either way, one thing was undeniable. The world was talking. As the frenzy continued, a new wave of supposed insider claims began surfacing online. One anonymous account alleged that several guests inside the exclusive event were stunned by how quickly conversations shifted toward the rumored arrival. Another claimed that industry executives privately admitted they had underestimated the public's fascination with rising international stars crossing into the fashion world. No evidence accompanied the claims. No official source confirmed them, yet millions shared them anyway. Then came another unexpected development. A well-known entertainment podcast released an episode teasing that producers had heard stories from people who were allegedly inside the building. The hosts repeatedly reminded listeners that the information was unverified, but that disclaimer barely slowed the speculation. Clips spread across social media with dramatic captions declaring that everything is finally coming out. Within hours, hashtags surged once again. Supporters celebrated what they believed represented a defining cultural moment. Skeptics urged everyone to separate confirmed facts from internet rumors. The debate only became louder. Reaction channels dissected every available photograph. Fashion experts discussed styling choices. Sports commentators talked about the growing influence of young tennis stars beyond the court. Lifestyle creators debated whether luxury fashion had entered an entirely new era of celebrity crossover. The story had become far bigger than a single invitation. It had become a conversation about visibility, ambition, and the speed with which online audiences can amplify even the smallest hint of mystery. Then another dramatic rumor swept across the internet. A blurry image allegedly showed a handwritten note thanking an unnamed guest for bringing a fresh energy to the evening. No names appeared. No source was identified. The photograph was impossible to authenticate. Even so, countless users declared it the final missing piece of the puzzle. Comment sections exploded. Some celebrated. Others dismissed it as another fabricated clue. The arguments became so intense that live stream hosts spent hours debating whether the mystery itself had become more entertaining than any confirmed detail ever could. Meanwhile, celebrities continued posting ordinary updates completely unrelated to the speculation. That didn't stop fans from reading hidden meanings into every sentence. A simple photograph became a secret signal. A heart emoji became confirmation. An innocent caption became proof. The internet had entered full detective mode. Then a respected fashion critic offered a calmer perspective. Instead of embracing sensational rumors, they suggested that what truly mattered was the excitement surrounding emerging talent and the public's eagerness to see athletes recognized beyond their sport. For a brief moment, the conversation seemed ready to settle. Then another anonymous account posted 5 words. The real story isn't over. Nothing else. No explicación. No follow-up. Within minutes, the message accumulated millions of views. Creators immediately began producing theories about hidden meetings, future collaborations, luxury campaigns, and surprise appearances. Some predicted magazine covers. Others imagined global brand partnerships. Many simply admitted they had no idea what would happen next, but they couldn't stop watching. Days later, whether every rumor had been true, exaggerated, misunderstood, or entirely fictional almost ceased to matter. The mystery had already achieved something remarkable. It united sports fans, fashion enthusiasts, entertainment audiences, and social media communities in one enormous global conversation driven by curiosity rather than certainty. And perhaps that was the biggest surprise of all. Not a single invitation, not one dramatic arrival, but the realization that a single unanswered question could capture the imagination of millions around the world. As the final headlines faded and the online arguments slowly quieted, one lingering thought remained. Some stories end with confirmation. Others become legendary because no one ever learns where the rumors truly began. This was one of those stories. If you followed every twist, every rumor, every theory, and every dramatic turn in this fictional journey, don't keep your opinion to yourself. Tell us in the comments. If a headline like this ever became reality, how do you think the fashion world, the sports world, and social media would react? If you enjoy cinematic celebrity stories that blend suspense, speculation, and entertainment, make sure you like this video and subscribe so you never miss the next dramatic deep dive. Every week brings new headlines, new mysteries, and new conversations that have everyone talking, and you won't want to be the last to hear about them. Turn on notifications so you're ready the moment our next story drops. The next rumor, the next viral moment, or the next unexpected crossover could become the biggest entertainment conversation of the year, and we'll be here to break down every twist along the way. Until next time, keep questioning the headlines, keep enjoying the stories, and we'll see you in the next video.